Guys, welcome to the Breakthrough Week. This is going to be phenomenal. It's July. We're going to go a mile deep on discipline this week. And for those of you guys who have, attended this session and you're here, thank you so much for being here. We've had, I think, 110 guys enrolled for the Breakthrough Week, Pete.
Over 110, yeah.
Over 110, and still guys enrolling because they've heard about what they, the great work we're doing on Awaken Man. They want to come and experience it. Now, I want to share something with you before we kick off. Okay, the opportunity of a lifetime lives inside the lifetime of an opportunity. This is 1 week where we're going to invite you to come and join our paid program, where you get to just immerse yourself amongst like-minded guys who want to break through in every area of their life, be it their relationships, be it their masculinity, be it their business, be it their fitness. You're here to make the fucking most of this week. Now, give yourself every fucking fighting chance to do so. Give it the attention. Like the guys who are heavily invested in this program, they show up, they do the work, and that's why they get results. I'm calling you, not calling you out, I'm calling you up to take the opportunity seriously. Behave like you've invested thousands and thousands of thousands in this week, and then take the actions, because if you do that, you will see exponential shift. And what I mean by exponential, you'll see hockey stick style growth. You'll see there'll be almost like you could track back to this week saying, hang on a second, there were these, crazy UK-based dudes who just got me to focus on my discipline for 1 week. And that's where I realized I really had a fucking issue with one of the areas of discipline. And I started to work on it. And I look back and I'm like, that's what made the change. So first and foremost, welcome. Get present. You can have your cameras on or off and use the chat function. If we want to speak to you directly, we will ask you, we will actually say, can you so-and-so unmute? And you can unmute and you can share. If you have something that you really want to share on a certain topic all the way through the week, just put, I really want to share on this. And I have, or Pete has, or Yassine has the right to either let you jump in and share something briefly, respect the call, keep it less than 30 seconds to a minute, and then let the call keep flowing, because there is content to get through. Okay, guys? So have the emotional intelligence to not go into, stories about you skipping in the playground. We really want to get like potent sharings. That's more towards the back end of the week. Okay. And obviously the value, we believe in collective wisdom. Feel free to put things into the chat as we're going along, like insights, breakthroughs, things that are coming up for you. Okay. About the open week, you are here to experience the sessions. And can I just have a commitment from each one of you? Just write the words committed to being here. Write the words committed to being here on the calls every single day, Monday through Friday. And, I know we've all got lives. We've all got busy lives. We've all got things to do, places to be, but put the words committed to be here. And if you miss one of the calls, be that guy that goes in and listens to the recording. Now, we've given you a WhatsApp group. Now, we don't actually want you to share in there. We want you to share in the Facebook group, because the thing about a WhatsApp group, it can get super duper busy in there. It was just a function to get everyone's names together, get a bit of sharing going on. We set the tone, people filling out the scorecard. You all saw that you were doing that. This is the thing about a group. When you set the tone and the behavior and everyone starts doing it, you all started going, hang on a second, I better go and do that scorecard because everyone else is doing it. And this is the way that our programs work. Guys all the time showing how they should show up. And they're like, oh my gosh, so-and-so has done this, so I'm going to go and do it. Make sense, guys? Yeah. And towards the end of the week, so the first 3 days, we're really going to go a mile deep into the 3 pillars of discipline. Pete's going to do structural today because Pete is Mr. fucking structure. Honestly, the guy just lives and breathes structure. It's phenomenal, the level he plays at. I'm going to go into reactive discipline because I'm an absolute, expert at managing my mind. And then you've got Yassine, who's going to do expansive discipline on Wednesday. Yassine's the other partner in the business. He's got an expansive mind. You're going to learn from guys who live and breathe what we're teaching. Okay, that's such an important thing as well. And the other luxury you've got is you've got the other men on Heroic Man and Awaken Man to support you. They're experiencing us every single day and the community. Now, the final thing is there's a scorecard that you would have done before you did these sessions. Now, I just want to just give you a quick insight into how that was scored. You got a +1 for a great, I'm absolutely this is my life, I live and breathe it, I am 100% this. You got a 0 score if you were like, yeah, sometimes not. And then you got a minus score for a score that was inhibitive to your discipline. For example, if you had great structure around your training, but you had terrible structure around your sleep, you got a +1 for your training and a -1 for your sleep. Because at some point, the poor disciplined area will hatchet the high disciplined area. So that's such an important thing to acknowledge. So what we're going to help you do is start to see these blind spots in your discipline and then give you pragmatic ways to work on them. And the final thing is there's a document in the chat. Okay. So for those of you guys who just joined a bit later, is the document in the chat for you to follow along. Pete, take it away. It's all yours, brother.
Okay, lovely. How many of us have got on the call then, Benjamin?
We have got 79 guys. So we got 70,
Oh, lovely.
76. Yeah. How are we doing, gents? I'm going to spotlight you for everyone, Pete.
Yeah. Okay, I am going to present. I'm going to share my screen. Don't worry, team. This will not be death by PowerPoint.
Going to mute out whilst you're in.
Ben, can you see my screen?
I can. It's Pete Taylor, yeah?
Lovely.
There you go. Talk about yourself, brother.
Yeah, talk about myself. Right, we'll start off talking about the good stuff, talk about me. Right, and guys, there's a load of you on the call that know who I am because we see each other every freaking day. There's a load of you that don't know who I am. So, Pete Taylor, I am one of the directors of Awaken Man, and I sit on the board of a couple of other companies. Previous company, multi-7-figure business. This one, we're going into multi-7 figures. We're going to go up to 8, right? One of my key zone of geniuses is being a consultant for other companies. So I consult typically on business. My mind around systems and processes and structure is why I'm talking to you guys today about structural discipline, because it just comes naturally to me. And it's a real easy thing for me to apply to other guys and other men in not just their business, but in their personal lives. And then that affects everything, right? It improves our relationships, it improves our money, right? It improves our fitness, the works. That's that. I am a father of Leo. Leo, my little 2.5-year-old. If you follow me on Instagram, you see him all the time. I'm very, very proud father. Everything that I do is with him in mind, and it's something I'm going to talk about today, is our level of character as men and the standard that we hold ourselves to. And whether we do that for ourselves or whether we do that for other people, it doesn't fucking matter. As long as we hold ourselves to our high standard, that is all that matters, right? And here is the difference between a man that is structured and a man that is not, right? There's two very different parallels here. And for us on the Awakened Man, hence the name, The Awakened Man, we talk about what it means to be a man, right? And this applies to every fucking facet of life. But which side do you fall on? You know, there's the right-hand side there, which is like lower feminine energy. That's being reactive, sitting in victim, feeling insecure, feeling needy, helpless, right? If these emotions or traits come up for you, this is where you're sitting. And it might not be all the time, but it's important. Like, I fucking love this. I love, like, knowing these things is awareness, right? And when we are aware, even if it's just the word, it's like, victim. I never really thought about that I am being a victim, but maybe in this moment I am. Now I'm aware of that. Now I can make a change, right? This is what is really, really important for you guys to be exposed to this sort of language, right? That guys like me and Ben talk about every day, because once you're aware of it, you can change it. You'll take it from like a level 90, level 100, where it controls your life, where you are reactive every fucking day. You're reactive rather than responsive. to a level 50 because now I'm aware of it. Okay. And a structured man, he is decisive, potent, grounded, assertive, well fucking boundaried, right? He takes responsibility for every facet of his life. It's like there's an owner. Okay, not just like, oh, I'm an owner of my business, or I own my personal hygiene, I own my personal self-care. No, it's every freaking facet, everything that goes on in your life, whether it's good, it's bad, it's indifferent, you take responsibility for it. A big one for me recently, and a lot of you guys who follow me on Instagram, you'd have seen this. I'm going through a separation with my wife, or now my ex-wife. We're going through a divorce. Right. And it was a massive thing for me to sit back there and go, how can I take responsibility for what's just gone on in our marriage? Right. Or what didn't go on in our marriage that's led it to this point? How can I take, she's done whatever she's doing and she's taken her own actions there. But how have I shown up over the last 5-6 years that have led to this moment? Like, rather than me go into, oh, fucking hell, like, oh, is it me? Am I not attractive anymore? Like, oh, is it the way, every now and again I get a little bit fucking angry. Am I being insecure? Am I being needy? Am I being helpless? Am I being reactive? No, I'm just going to take ownership of the fact that we are going to go through a separation. We are going to go through a divorce. And what can I do to now take responsibility for this situation? You look at your life like that, everything changes, right? We all go through pain. We all go through discomfort, but there's just two ways to look at it. You either look at the pain as it's gonna fucking grow me, and I'm gonna learn from this, or you can be a victim and sit in it and bathe in the pain. Okay, so just take note of these areas. And I love this. I'm tempted to get it tattooed on me. Actually, guys, whilst I got you on this real powerful fucking statement, everyone must choose one or two pains: the pain of discipline or the pain of the regret. I'll read it again. Everyone must choose one of two pains: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Can you guys do me a favor? If you are on socials, take a photo of that. Right, post it on your socials and say, I am attending the Awakened Man this week, or whatever you want to do. Post it on your socials. Tag us on Instagram. We're at the Awakened Man Project. Tag me, Pete_Taylor. Tag Ben, Coach Benjamin Owen. Right, take a picture of this and shout us out on socials. This is a powerful freaking statement, guys. Right, what are you going to choose? It's up to you. I'm proud of you lot for taking some action today and coming onto this call, because there's a lot of fucking guys that didn't. There's a lot, I tell you, there's a lot of guys that let their fucking ego get in the way and go, no, I don't need that. I don't need to work on myself. I know all the answers. I've got all the how, right? But this is a massive, massive lesson for all of us in the room, including me, It's never about the how, it's always about the who. This is about who you are becoming as men, who we are consistently becoming as men. Like I'm not sat on my high horse here. I am in the work. I am consistently doing the work to become the best man that I can be, and to have my standards so fucking high that my son will look at me and go, that's my dad. All right, there's my hero. Right. So choose your pain. And the pain of regret, this is a massive indicator for me, a huge indicator. Whenever I feel regret, and this is for you guys, whenever you feel regret, stop and listen to that. That is your gut, that is your subconscious, that is your conscious telling you that something is wrong. Right? Use it as a guide. Like and this can range from fucking anything, the not getting up in time, or the not going to the gym, or the eating the chocolate bar, or the additional chocolate bar, all the way through to texting another woman, when you're married or when you got a missus, or missing your kid's school event, right? Or doing the full dirty and cheating on your woman, going the full hog, right? When those moments of regret come up, don't ignore them. Every little one to every fucking big one. Pay attention to that. And then do something about it and make sure it never happens again. Make sure it never happens twice. From the little to the big, because I'm telling you, if like, and this goes into what Ben will talk about tomorrow in reactive discipline, but it like in that moment, if you can react in the right way, then you exponentially grow as a man. And in today's society, right, when men are fucking confused about what it is to be a man, like real men are really needed. Men that are conscious, men that are actively looking to become the best versions of themselves and not be dickheads and not be arseholes, right? That's rare. I'm starting to talk to women again, right? It was a bit weird. I went out with, I don't know whether he's on the call actually, Danny. I went to Ibiza a couple of weeks ago and he took me out to a party and I haven't been to a party in 6 years. I was like, oh my God. And this woman started talking to me. I had fucking no idea what to do. I was like, oh shit, I haven't spoken to a woman in that way in like 6 years. Anyway, I've started to pick it back up again. Like a bike, but talk to so many women and they're like, there's so many men that don't know how to be men, or these women are been traumatized from being treated the wrong way. And it's up to every man on this call to step it up. Okay, let's I want to go into structural discipline. And I'm going to talk through some little lessons, and then we're going to go into an exercise. Ben, anything you want to say before I kick into this, or are we good?
No, I'm just going to ask guys to just make a little note of any insights in the chat just before we go into the next phase. And I just want to attest to what Pete said. You know, when I created my life like a victim in my 20s, and it's only when I learned the lingo about victim and owner that I was like, holy shit, I can spend fucking hundreds of thousands on personal development, which I did, but it won't work if you're creating your life like a victim. And that's what I noticed. You know, I just really, when I joined a men's group when I was 30 and I created this men's group, we've gone a mile deep on victim and owner and the lingo and the way to recreate your life. And when I take action now, because I'm creating my life like an owner and owning my shit, things happen for me. So I definitely believe, you know, what you hit the nail on the head there, Pete, and just having that lexicon to be able to describe, oh yeah, I've been showing up like that is super powerful. But guys, just really, like, as we're going through, just take a beat, just take 30 seconds. Like, what did you know, what came up for you as Pete was talking? And like I said, look at, you know, be the beginner mindset on this call. It's like, yeah, do you know what? There's a bit of space for me to make a shift here.
And unless I've heard this, I trigger people, I trigger men with some of the stuff I say, and good. Like, if you get triggered by something I've said, it's because there's that means something to you. Whether you want to face it or not, it means something to you, and you need to look at that. Okay, so on the Awakened Man, like, we run through these like 4 pillars here: standards, values, rules, and protocols. And like running through these and owning these 4 elements is like really like the underpinning of what structural discipline is. And like 5-year-old language for structural discipline, just to take it all the way back, and I won't use any fancy words, it's just like, imagine you're a football manager and you want to know how to score more goals, and the manager goes like, here's the roadmap, just do this over and over and over and over again, you're going to score more goals, you're going to win. That's it, simple as that, right? It's just having the structure, it's just having a roadmap to follow over and over and over, and you're going to win. The first thing I like to look at is standards. So not like big goals and you know, I love goals, but I love standards more. This is the standards, and I want, and everything that I'm saying, guys, fuck me, fuck Ben. Think about, this is you. Think about you. This is all about you. What standards do you live your life to? What standards do you hold yourself to as a man? What standards do you accept? What standards do you pursue? Right? The standards that make you so fucking undeniable that you will achieve anything that you set yourself out to do. Right? The standards that ensure that you will not break and you will not miss. These standards need to make it unreasonable for you to go out and achieve anything you want. Right? What are the standards that you hold your life to? What's the standards that you hold yourself to as a man? Are you assertive? Are you well-grounded? Do you have boundaries? Are you a nice guy? And fuck me, I spent most of my years being a nice guy. I am a recovering nice guy, because not being a nice guy got me fucking nowhere. Nice guys do finish last. Right, I used to pride myself on going, nice guys don't finish last, we always finish first. No, we finish last. Right, because you get walked over. I had that in my previous business, I had that in relationships. Right, what is the standard that you hold yourself to? What's the standard that you hold yourself to financially? Is your money right? Right, and anyone says that money doesn't matter, that's bullshit. It fucking does. It gives you choice, it gives you freedom. Right, and once you've got that right, just there's the big part of your brain doesn't have to think about that anymore, and it's freeing, and you can focus on other areas. What's the standard that you hold yourself to? What do you want out of life? Do you want to travel every month? Is that your standard? Do you want to go and eat out at any restaurant you want to eat out at, or not? Right, is that your standard? Do you want to be around for your children, you know, when they finish school and pick them up from school? Well, like, what is your standard? Are you clear on that? Because if you're not clear on these things, hey, life will just run you. Right? Your values. I love values. I used to think it was a bit of a wanky thing, like, oh, set of values. And I used to really fucking wrong as well, because I'd focus on what my like, I try and feel what my values were, like what my values are. I want my values to be abundance, right? Is to make, but actually I was doing it way wrong. It was the complete wrong way to do it, right? For me now, the set of values is what supports my standards and my character as a man, right? Values that will hold me or you to the highest degree, and that by embodying them, they force you into your next level of growth, right? So these values, they might not be something that you are right now, or they might be something that you got right now. You might just be doing it 5%, and you need to be doing it 100% to really get to the next level in your life. So this is about creating a set of values that support your standards and what you hold your level of character to. Right. So, and the way I like to think about it is, it's like, hey, this is the level of standard that I want to live at. Who do I know that's at that level? And what values would they live by? Would they be fucking disciplined? Right? Would they be disciplined in their pursuit? The answer is yes. For me, it's always yes. What other values would they entail, and would they embody every day? Would they be courageous?
Pete,
yeah.
Just a quick question, and I think it's a valuable one, just to clarify for some guys who are asking about what's a standard. And I just give you a standard. I fucking train every day, and it's non-fucking negotiable. That's a fucking standard. It's like, there's no, it's rainy, I'm ill, I'm fed up, I don't want to train. It's like, my standard is I train every day, non-negotiable. That's a standard to live by. I do deep work for 90 minutes every day. It is non-negotiable. That's a standard. Okay, so it's like he's just in his deep work. He's just, you can, like, when me and Pete have a meeting, being on time, being 1 minute early for the meeting, it's a standard we keep. This morning's meeting was shirtless for me, Pete, and Ali. That's the standard. I got on the call like a couple of minutes early, and there's, it must be hot in the UK. No, but seriously, guys, jokes aside, it's just like your non-fucking negotiables. That's what I would call it. And yet the F-bomb is really important. Yeah,
it's that, and it's also this like the level of character that you hold yourself to. One of my standards is being assertive. One of my standards is holding strong boundaries. That's a standard of mine, and like if I can see them slipping, I'm like, Pete, you need to check yourself here, mate, because you've let that slip, and that's not the way you live your life. Now recalibrate and get back up to it. Okay, our rules. And this is, I'll go back to regrets. Whenever I have a regret come up, and I'm like, right, I need to adjust here. And if that regret comes up more than once, and it's like a reoccurrence in my life, an easy example is just like getting out of bed in the morning. Right, I set the alarm, say for 5:30, and I keep missing that. I'm like, and then I regret that later. I'm like, well, this now happens like 3 or 4 times a week. I need to create a rule here. Right. And like rules are, again, they support our standards of the life that we want to live. So it's like, where am I knowingly not doing the things that I know I need to do to hold that level of character that I do as a man? Right. And then I have a set of rules to live by. Right. And these rules, they might not be something that you do forever. It might just be for a season. It might just be for the next 6 months. It might just be that you need to turn into a fucking savage when it comes to focusing on one thing in your life. So one of your rules might be, I will say no to everything. I know that I need to get an easy one. I need to get my money right. It's been fucking me up for years. I'm going to say no to everything. That is my rule, right? I will say no. So it's like an if this, then that. So if I'm asked to do something, I will say no. I will refer to my set of standards and my goals. And if it is aligned with them, I will reconsider. If it's not, it's a clear no. Like, that is a rule, right? So it's finding areas in your life that you need to focus on, and then having a set of rules that support that. Okay. And then our last one is protocols. And this is where structural discipline comes into it. Protocols are habits, they're routines, they're disciplines, they're systems, they're frameworks. These are structures that support your standards and your values. They are protocols that, when they're done repeatedly, they set the backbone, and they are the foundations for you to win. If any of you guys follow me on Instagram, you will see I'm religious on my protocols. It's the same thing over and over and over and over again. It's the same thing over again. These are certain protocols that I have set that I will just repeat over and over, because I know that if I keep repeating them, I'm just going to win. And so today, guys, we are going to focus on this for you. We're going to think about some standards, and we're going to think about protocols that are going to help support those standards for you to be able to win. And we do them over and over and over and over again. And guess what happens? We fucking build structural discipline. Like, we build the discipline by doing the things over and over. Ben, am I making sense?
You are, yeah, exactly. And the guys want some clarity around the difference between a standard and a value, right? So a standard is the level you play at. So, for example, like we said, always being on time. That's the standard. I want to holiday in XYZ across the world. I want to travel first class. A standard I want to travel by. A value is, for example, family comes first. Like everything, like literally when I organize my week, I make sure there's time for my kids, my wife, my I've got time for my finances. I put that actually, like one of my big values is now finances. And I put time aside to check in with that area. So it's a really, really simple like lens to look at your like, actually, well, where am I living outside of my values? Yeah, I really value family time, yet I'm not making it a priority for myself. And every time I do that personally, I get shit from Poppy. I don't feel like I'm moving forward. I don't feel great. You know, does anyone else get that, guys? Yeah. You like, oh, family's a big value for me. Yeah, I haven't seen my family, haven't been there because I've been prioritizing other stupid shit. And then rules, we'll go over this afterwards, is like an if this, then that. Then Pete is going to go into protocols in a bit more depth now.
Yeah, like, but just a nuance on the values. And this is the way that I like to position values, is that I'll think about my next level. Right. So I think about my next level in business and my next level in life. And for me to get to that next level, it's very, very likely that I will need a different set of values because I'm not there yet. So like an example may well be as a value, my value may well be that I am courageous or courage. That might be the value that I need to embody to get me to my next level. Underneath that, I will have some rules around that. So for example, one of my rules might be that fuck being socially accepted. Just do the work to get the result. So many people have online businesses, yet they are scared of what people think about them online. And so they won't do anything. They won't post, they won't go and talk at events, they won't do anything because they're worried about what Jill might think about it, or that person may not even fucking exist, right? And if that is a problem for you, and I know that's a problem for a lot of guys, then it's like, well, what's the value that I need to embody to get over that problem? Well, it's courage. What's a rule to accompany that? Well, it's fuck social acceptance. All I want is a result. There's my rule. And then every time that I go to do a little video and I go, oh, fucking, I'm worried about what Jill's going to think, I need to remember my value and my rule. Fuck social acceptance, Pete. Just do it anyway. Cheers, mate. Crack on. So there's an example, right? This is like all the guys on, that go through our programs. Like we work with all of our guys closely to figure these things out. Right, I'm spending 45 minutes with you now, and there's 75 people on the call. It's difficult for me to do that. You know, all the guys that come through our programs, we do a one-to-one call. We work through a blueprint where we work on these things. I'm just giving you guys an insight now as to for you to open your minds a little bit and think about that. Okay, let's get into some work. What's the time? Good, we're good for time.
25 minutes, we're good.
Yeah, we're great. We are bang on time. We're going to go through something called the reduction method, right? Before we just go for the reduction method, there's like 3 areas that I will always think about for myself and all for the guys that we work with, and that's like a man's skill set, a man's traits, and a man's behaviors. And I want you to think about the areas where you guys are lacking in each one. And I'm going to give you some examples. So like it's like skill sets. This can range from business, like tactical and logical, all the way through to personal and professional, like the way that you act. So a skill set in professionally may be sales. You know, how's my sales skills? Marketing, copywriting, management, leadership, hiring, ads, planning. Like have I got great skill sets here? Like for you guys that are in your corporate career and you're looking to climb that corporate ladder, are there particular skill sets that you will need to learn and embody to then get the next raise up? Right, I know for me, one of the biggest ones was sales. When I become a savage at sales, everything got better. Like our business grew, I got promoted, right? Because I took the time to enhance that skill set, right? More like softer skill sets here, maybe persuasion skills, team building, team working, presentation skills. Like this presentation that I'm doing with you guys now, there would have been a time many, many years ago where I shat myself to do a presentation in front of 75 guys. Now it's very normal for me. But I worked on that skill set. You know, attention to detail, commercial awareness, your analytical skills, your financial management, your problem solving models. These are all skill sets. The nice thing about skill sets is they're easy to learn. Like these days, things like YouTube and Google and so forth, we can go and do a course and learn a skill or become like 10 times better at it in 20 hours worth of a bit of work, right? But where are you lacking here? Okay, think about where you may lack and you may need to improve. The next one is traits. Traits like behavioral traits, like discipline, like resilience, like being punctual, like Ben mentioned earlier, like we make sure we're on the call 1 minute before. We're not going to turn up 5 minutes late. It's fucking disrespectful when people turn up 5 minutes late, right? Assertive. Are you assertive with your needs and your wants, not just in your relationship, but at work and with your buddies, right? Are you confident? Are you optimistic? Go on, Ben.
Can I jump in there? Yeah. Guys, give yourself like a 1 to 100 score on how assertive you feel in your life right now. Just like a finger in the air from the team in the chat. Like 1 being I'm a pushover. I can't assert myself, my needs, and 100, I'm like, I'm going this way. Let's see where we're at as a team on here. Okay, good. Okay, we're getting like this 50, 80, 70. Yeah, okay, so that's a trait, guys. Yeah. Put them publicly, guys. Don't send them directly to me. Yeah, that's it. We all want to chip in together. That's it. So 30, 70. Yeah, okay, good. Awesome. Danny, you can't even assert if it's a 50 or a 60, bro. He's not even assertive.
It's a 50 then.
Yeah. 40. Yeah.
Okay,
Awesome.
okay. Let me crack on here. The next one here in traits, this is behavioral traits or character traits. Like, do you need to embody a little bit more kindness? Are you courageous? Do you take responsibility? Are you wise? Are you humble? Are you patient? Are you respectful? Like, are there areas here, A, where you're lacking, or B, even just got too fucking much? There's too much of it. Like, I am way too far left on this particular one. And actually, I need to like reduce that, because it doesn't serve me. Right. And then the last one, which is probably the biggest and the toughest, behaviors. This is our beliefs. Like what's our world views? Like, do we think that life is tough? Do we think that money is the root of evil? Do we think that if I was to give you a stem to say I am, what would you put afterwards? Would you say I am a hero? Would you say I am a failure? Would you say I am a jerk sometimes? Like, what would you like? What would the answer be after that? Right? If I was to say life is, what would come out after what's the first thing that comes out? Life is fun, or life is abundant, or life is tough. Like, what comes out there? People are people dishonest or people loving? Right. So this is our like beliefs. What are our world beliefs? Right. Is one of my beliefs that I should sacrifice fun for work? Is one of my beliefs that I am a pushover because I am not assertive and I am too fucking nice? Right. So this is a huge one. It takes a lot of work, this one, but I want you guys to think about it. So so just to give you an insight into why I'm doing this is because in a minute we're going to go through an exercise, and I want you guys to highlight things. I want you to think, oh fucking hell, this is a problem for me. I do need to increase that skill set, right? Or I am a pushover, right? Ben, you're on mute.
Yeah, I just wanted to share quickly, and this is what you just touched on before, Pete. Is like a lot of guys are saying, "How can I be assertive without coming across as arrogant or abrupt? How can I be assertive without, trying to balance it as nice?" Guys, being fucking direct is nice, is kind. It's fucking being like Pete holding this space and being straight to the point. It's really, really, really powerful. Now, so many guys we work with, they're so fucking concerned about being regarded as arrogant. They contract themselves. We're going to talk a little bit about shadow tomorrow. I can guarantee arrogance is probably in your shadow. Yeah, there's sometimes a healthy dose of arrogance, like being a little bit arrogant, is going to help you live on your edge. And like what Pete was saying, being assertive. One of the being like as you're going through this conversation, listen to how direct Pete is being. Some men would see Pete and say, "Oh yeah, he's arrogant or he's too assertive," and that's triggering them. So guys, what we got to do sometimes, you got to look into just what's going on beneath the surface here a little bit. It's a really important one. Yeah.
Ben.
Thank you, man.
Call to climb. Imagine you're at the bottom of a mountain, and the top of the mountain is your greatest achievement, whatever that looks like in life. It's like your ultimate fucking potential. That's the top of the mountain, and you're at the bottom, and you're starting to climb up, but the load is heavy. There's a lot of baggage, and not only that, as you've got a rope around your neck and a rope around your waist, and it's pinned back to this big old anchor just below there. It's making it even more difficult for you to get up that mountain. I'm a massive advocate of the process of elimination, the reduction method, to reduce the shit in our lives that is not serving us, to lighten our load, and then we fucking get up that mountain way quicker. So here comes the first exercise, and you can use your sheets for this that Ben has provided. We're going to spend, what's the time now? 4 and 4. Yeah, we're going to spend 4 minutes on the first 4. So forget you can see my screen here. Forget business on the right. Ignore that. We want to think about personal. And I want you to think about the top 4 there. So habits, vices, excuses, and commitments. What are the things that you need to stop doing? I'm going to put a timer on it in a minute, so you're going to only give you time. So just listen to me for now. What are the things that you need to stop doing or reduce? So like habits, what bad habits have you got going on? Like that, right? That is bad. Is there any forms of regret there? Right? The vices, I can tell you this from working with now hundreds of guys. The vices is one of the biggest one. Like if you've got a drinking, you like more than one drink, right? Or there's some drug abuse there, or might even not even be abuse, just a little bit of recreational drugs, right? Or there's just the porn, right? We numb, we watch some porn, or we scroll too much on the phone, the social media, whatever that looks like, the vices. We're normally doing that because we're trying to numb something else, right? When a man reduces that or eliminates it, big shifts. What about the excuses? The constant excuses to just come up for you. Oh, I can't get that pay rise. Oh, I can't start my own business. Oh, I can't ask my lady to do that. She would never say yes to that. Or like, I can't make the decision to go and do this for the family. What's the excuses that come up for you? And the commitments. I like the commitments one. The commitments one, I'm a massive advocate of environment, your people environment. Do you have commitments that you fucking attend and go to and they just don't serve you? Like social commitments, like your old buddies from school. And you see them like every Friday night, you go for a couple of drinks, or it might be every couple of weeks, and it just doesn't serve you. Like the conversation is just dull, or it's not even dull. It's just low level. But you feel obliged to go because they're your old school buddies. Do you need to just cap that? Or is there just some WhatsApp group that you're in with all the lads, and it's just like shit memes and videos that get sent in there all the time, and it just actually distracts you from you progressing, because you just spend an hour in there a day, and that hour could be spent on, I don't know, spending time with your family or building your business, right? Because I can tell you, the guys that play at a high level, that all that shit's gone. I don't even talk about that stuff anymore. It's gone. It's eliminated. So 4 minutes on the clock. Ben, can we get a timer up?
Yeah, I'll just run it on my phone.
Yeah. 4
All
minutes
good.
on the clock. Go through habits, vices, excuses, commitments. What can you reduce or eliminate? Just write it in your sheets, and we will start now.
Yeah, 4 minutes is in. Yeah, guys, I'll put them in the chat. You can put them in the chat, guys, or write them in your sheets.
By all means, put them in the chat.
Yeah, if you put them in the chat, guys, we will chat through them as well. So you can turn us off the sound for 4 minutes if you want. Dave Clark, is it bad hanging out on date sites? It depends, Dave. You know, I think if you've got a structured approach, you're like, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to check it through. You're going to treat it like I'm looking for leads. But just hanging out on there, just scrolling, you'll know the difference, right?
Do you regret it? Ask yourself that question. There's nothing wrong with dating sites, and like, I think they're great, especially for the guys that don't like going out hanging out at clubs. I fucking don't like going out hanging out at clubs. So they're great as long as like Ben just said, you're not being reactive, you're being responsive in the way that you're on those sites.
Equally though, does it stop you? Is it the easy choice when the hard choice, the courageous choice is to go fucking speed dating or go and do something where there's going to be a lot of vulnerability? I was talking to a client this morning, and he's a super successful guy. He's in finance, and he said, "Yeah, I'm actually just feeling disconnected." And I was like, "Dude, your challenge is to go and do something uncomfortable this week. Go and meet some people outside of your current day to day." And that, like, guys, it's weird because we don't think we have to go and do that again, but that's part and parcel of an awakening. Is like, actually, I'm going to go get vulnerable, going to go get courageous, and meet some new guys again. That's why we created this group, because a lot of the men in this group felt disconnected. Yeah, Dave, honestly, it's seriously, guys, this is normal. It's not uncommon for guys to feel like that. 90 seconds, guys. Yeah, thanks, James. Best thing I ever did was totally eliminate drugs, alcohol, porn, TV, news, and dull-minded conversations. What's still in there, James? This is, push yourself. But again, like, find your edge. What's the next thing on the list? Every level of entrepreneur can find the next level. Yeah, nice one. Thank you, Cameron. Sacrifice personal happiness for professional demands. Vices, phone, and doom scrolling. Yeah. Great. Commitments. That's 4 minutes, Pete.
Okay. Team, I'll just put my Instagram handle in there. I talk about this stuff all the time. So if you're not already following me, follow me on there. I'm very, very active. Okay, the next one I want you guys to think about, and I'm going to reduce the time on this down to 2 minutes, is your people. Are there people in your life that you probably should just cut off? They're just not serving you. They're toxic. It's negative. It's bad energy. Are there behaviors or character traits that you hold that you just need to eliminate or get rid of? Are there stories and beliefs that you tell yourself? Is there anything to do with your character or identity that you know fucking holds you back? 2 minutes. We're not going to talk during this. It's just 2 minutes of quiet. Guys, do the work. Even if it's hard. Ben, can you start the clock?
2 minutes is on, yeah.
Okay, Ben, is that 2 minutes?
5 seconds. Yeah, so we're good.
Okay, guys. Make sure you've done the work here, right? I see this in a lot of men. We like to give advice. We'll advise other people, but fucking forget about ourselves, right? This is about you. This is not about anyone else. Make sure that, like, if you want to make a change, you have to do something a little bit different, something you've not done before. Use this time for you. Okay. The next thing I just want you to think about, and I don't want, and this is this is so many fucking guys' problems, is that we're so fucking smart. We overthink everything, right? Everyone on the call, please be a little bit dumber. I want you to be a little bit more dumber so we don't overthink this. I just want you now just to set one standard, right? And you can take what you've just done in your elimination method there, what you've just, you know, I'm going to reduce that, I'm going to change that. Just take the thing that is standing out as the biggest element for you. It's like, do you know what, that's sticking out like a sore thumb. I'm gonna take that, and that's gonna be my work on. So what's that one thing? Because this is you're going to focus on this for the whole of this week. It's the one thing you're going to focus on for the whole of the week. Fucking commit to it. Leon, love it. Thinking I am not enough. Fucking right, mate. Lovely. Right? That is a belief there for you. So we're going to change the narrative for that. Just for the whole of this week, we're going to change the narrative every day. Fuck social acceptance. Yes, Kyle. You take that, buddy. Right. Look at that. Standard. Yes, working out 60 to 90 minutes every day. Fucking love that, Jeff. Get that. Get it in. Now, protocols. Again, don't overthink this. The protocol is just the mechanism to help you do it, right? So for Jeff to work out for 90 minutes every day, his protocol may well be that he is going to put his gym gear and his gym shorts and his shoes next to his bed. So when he gets out of bed in the morning, it's there, and the clothes that he puts on is his gym gear. Like he's halfway there now. He's actually put the clothes on. That just might, and then he's got his water bottle next to him, right, ready for the gym. Protocol, right? So what's the habit, the routine, the protocol that you can put in place to support the one standard? Make this easy on yourselves. Don't overcomplicate this.
This could be as simple as getting a gym partner. If this, then that. It's like if I'm going to the gym, I'm meeting someone there, I will definitely go.
Yeah, like Carl said there, produce content every day and post no matter what. That is your standard. You've now told the group, everyone's seen that. We're expecting that from you. But like what's the system there? Is it that, well, every day 30 minutes between 9 and 9:30, it's in the calendar. That's my content time. No, it's a fucking non-negotiable. It's a time where I know that I will not be distracted. Right, set the standard. Meet a foot women at the gym. Dave Clark, I love it, mate. Go and say hello. Maybe that's a thing, right? Your protocol is to say hello to one woman every day. Team, we are bang on time. Benito, look at that. Like I said at the very, very start, feel free to screenshot that and share it. Everyone must choose your two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Guys, what are you going to choose? Tomorrow's call is Ben. It'll be way different. Ben teaches in a mad different way to how I do. He will get inside your head, and I call him the head unfucker. He'll get inside, he'll figure out what's going on, like even with like 175, 100 guys in the room, right? So I'll see you tomorrow in the Facebook group. Did we post a link to the Facebook group post?
I'll post it here right now. It's in the WhatsApp chat as well.
In the Facebook group, I did a post this morning just saying, day one discipline. What are your insights? Post all your insights. Let's just start the conversation on there. Like, I will jump in there. I will help. I will coach.
Yeah, I think this is what we want to do now, team, is commit to turning these into insights, into actions. So I just want to go through a quick ladder before we go. Is like the ladder is, the first thing is you get information. So what you've had from Pete today is information. What will turn information into insight? So an insight is shifting your perspective, is listening, and you've listened. And the next step between listening and insight and transformation is action. Okay. Oh, we both put it in there, right? Nice. So it's action. It's go and do something with what you've taken away from today's conversation. Whether it's like, just a small shift in putting that structure in place. The worksheets with you. Guys are dropping off the call now. Thank you so much for being here. We will be continuing this conversation tomorrow. Pete, I just want to thank you for that. That was awesome, man. Love that energy. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, thank you, man.
Pleasure, guys. See you tomorrow. Let's get some action.
Pete, did we want to, like, if there's anyone with a question, are we going to?
No, I've got, no.
You going to shoot?
Yeah, I've got another call in a minute. Unless
Thank
anyone in the Awakened Man, if anyone in the Awakened Man are paying clients have questions, of course.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, John. Thanks. Thanks, guys. P3 planning.